everyone. All right, and welcome to Maker Mornings with Meg, which is streaming a little bit later today. So we are actually, I don't know what we should call it, Maker Midday with Meg, Maker Lunch Break with Meg. Anyway, if you have a thought, let me know. But it's just for today, so don't get too attached to the time change. I have a project to show to you, and we are featuring for the month of February, which is, gosh, nearly over, the Friends of the Ocean suite and the Ocean Friends stamp set. So when I'm showing these projects, though, people are really excited about them, like, oh, I didn't know I liked that stamp set that much. But everyone universally says so far, so I guess if you disagree, let me know. But everyone else says that they love the designer series paper, but they don't know that they would always send ocean themed cards. So today we are going to pull all of these papers, which on one side are ocean themed and on the other side are really gorgeous colors. So you don't have to use the Ocean Friends necessarily to make the most of this suite. Now, Maker Monthly Tutorials, LovenStamps Monthly Tutorials that you get with your order, any size order in my store, you get the PDF tutorials for the month. They feature this stamp set, but also a curated set of supplies, because I like to have a limited number of things that all go together so you know that you'll be able to make some fun projects, okay? And so what we're gonna do instead of featuring Ocean Friends is we're gonna feature Birthday Celebration, which is also on that curated list of supplies. And so I think you guys are gonna be really excited. We're gonna make a very special birthday card, and it is kind of like a party and greeting card form. It's very, very wow. So yay! Oh, thank you guys for saying hi. I was a little worried about coming on later today, so I'm glad you guys found me. Hey Joan, hey Lori, hey Trish. So if this is like your chance to watch live, make sure you comment, because you know, if I usually don't get to see you when we do Maker Mornings, which is normally 9:30 a.m. Central Time, I'm excited to see you over our lunch break crafting. Hey Christina. I don't know if it's really popular. Maybe we should have like a lunch break crafting occasionally. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But in the meantime, I'm going to switch my camera down, because we have some really fun things to show today for our cards. We have windows, we have embossing folders, we have extra dimension with the dimensional foam sheets if you haven't used those before, and we have some really great sets of dies and stamps to use. So let's get going. Oh, hey Paula, good to see you guys. All right, so our card base here is a window card, and so what we're going to do, this is 4¼ inches wide by the full 11 inches. Make sure you score in the center when you're using your cardstock this way, otherwise you're going to get a crease with little cardstock breaks if you just try and fold the way you would on like a card that's cut the opposite direction. So always score the long ways cards. Now what I want to do is I want to add our Softways embossing folder, not just for C things. This is a beautiful double width texture folder, and by that I mean it's 3D, so it embosses both up and down. So it doesn't just take your paper and push things into it. It takes your paper and pulls some layers up and pushes some layers down, so you get a really nice extra deep texture. Hey Leanne, hey Laura. Not like you can't mail it extra deep texture, but just a really good one. So what I want to do is I want to texture the front of our card here, and I am going to show you another version. We've made another version of this card on Maker Mornings kind of recently, but it didn't use this extra layer. So there's a little trick here to making this work. Now you can use a circle punch and just go ahead and punch your circle. That's totally fine. But this is like over the top kind of here. And so what I want to do is make a card that has a textured hole in the front, a textured window. And so we're going to use our die here. This is from Stylish Shapes Dies, and I used this one on one of our other projects for this suite. 1, 2, 3. I'm like looking for it now. I had it. Oh, here it is. We used Stylish Shapes here when we did this card as part of the tutorial. So this is that pocket gift card here. So we used that Stylish Shapes border. It just adds that extra stitch line around the edge, which is really pretty. So we're gonna go ahead and use that here. And you can really have a hard time though cutting both pieces of paper at the same time, both cardstock layers. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I did this so that you can see it. Hey, Mary Ellen. Oh, hey, Priscilla, happy cake day. All right, so come with me to our die cut machine. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna die cut this circle. And then I'm gonna bring it back to you and show you how I'm gonna use this as a template to add our second layer. Because I need our two holes to line up exactly in the center, okay? All right, so here's this piece. I'm gonna set that aside, we don't need it. I'm going to, oh, I do need it actually. That's the part I need. So I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna bring our hole back. I've got this lined up around the edge exactly where I want it. And now I'm going to go ahead and hold this element right here. And I'm gonna use a pen and just do 1, 2, 3 lines so that I get that centered. Oh, no, not. I'm gonna use my pen, and that's not what I wanted to do, but that'll be okay. Okay, I'm gonna use my pen now that I've got my die on here and draw these lines around the edge on 3 sides so that I can get my die back on exactly where I want it. Now, the first pen lines, those are like roulette here because they might show. You don't really want to do it that way. But these pen lines are never going to show because they're outside the cutting edge of the die, which is actually there in the middle. So, all right, we're going to come back to our die cut machine. We're going to go ahead and die cut our circle. So we'll see how that goes here. And then I'm also going to take that layer that we cut with a hole in it, and I'm going to use my Softways embossing folder on this because if you emboss first and then cut your hole, you're going to press out all of the dimension that you added with your embossing folder, and that's not what we want, right? So, all right, if you are new to Maker Mornings with Meg and you don't understand Happy Cake Day, that's because this is like Friday. It's pre-Friday, we like to say on Maker Mornings with Meg. And so we celebrate, and so Happy Cake Day is always a greeting for celebrations, right? All right, so here is our, oh, would you like me to switch the camera? Here is our circle that we pulled out, and right there we have our circle lined up exactly where it was before. And now I have the layer to fit over the top. Oh yeah, no worries, okay? And we have our circles exactly where we want and our mat to go over the top. All right, so there is a little cutting trick for you to figure out how to line up multiple layers when you're die cutting. So basically use your negative space piece, or the piece that you cut out from the negative space, and layer that on, and then you can put your die back over it and draw around the die to add those layers, okay? All right, so now we have our window card here. Now, what to put in the center? Usually, I like to put like a basic white layer behind, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put a layer of Flirty Flamingo in the back here. And I'm gonna use from Birthday Celebrations, the banner stamp, and we're gonna do a little color on color here. So I have Flirty Flamingo, and we're gonna stamp on Flirty Flamingo. Because I'm gonna layer this somewhere on the top, I'm not gonna worry. I'm gonna use my card, the inside of my card, as a scrap paper. Isn't that kind of funny? I don't know, it feels crazy. But anyway, that's all gonna get covered up when we stick this down, okay? And what we wanna do is we want to have a really cool thing here showing in our window. And so when I bring in all of these delightful designer series papers, these are the non-fishy ones, the non-ocean themed side of the Ocean Friends paper. And these are, you know, just fabulous colors and textures and so forth. So what I want to do is pull a set of these here. We're going to use these sort of on the front of our card. And then I want to make a banner. I really love this orange, this pumpkin pie check here. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to use a banner here out of the Birthday Celebrations dies. Now, I've been using birthday celebrations for these cards with the Ocean Friends Suite all month. But this is the first time I'm pulling out the dies, so I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about stuff that's included here because we're going to use a whole bunch of pieces. This is a banner piece. It has a texture dotted line on it, so when you cut it through the magic of television, you're going to get this really fun banner piece. Now, if you're making birthday banners, you could string a whole bunch of them together, but this is a really great just card layer. So we're going to slide this in underneath here, and I want the banner part to show. So it's going to fit in about like that, okay? Now, other things included in here are the fantastic numbers. And so we have these, you have all the digits here included, so you can make whatever birthday you want. So we're gonna make this a 21 card. It's fun and happy. And we're gonna look here at color choices in a second. Before we get to that, I'm going to use these pieces here. There are these fun, what are these things? They are tassels. They're tassels and the string that goes along with it. So let's see. Oh, hey, Donna. Okay, Donna said measurements for the cards. Yes, I do speak quickly. So one of the things that can help is slowing down the video. So whether you're watching the replay later on Facebook or YouTube, you can change the speed of the video if that helps you. Anyway, so, and then the card sizes are all available in the tutorials that are my PDF tutorials, and they're available either in my Etsy shop online, the link's in the video description, and also available for free if you place an order in my online store during the month. So usually I give sort of the overview card measurements, but not like all the details, but you can figure them out from the video usually. So all right, oh, hi Thea. Okay, so we have our numbers here. We're gonna do 21, but rather than just doing flat numbers like this, or 12, I thought it would be really fun, because we're making this extra, is to use the, these are, if you haven't seen them before, these are the foam adhesive sheets. And they come in a package like this. You get, I think there's like 5 sheets in here, 6 sheets. And this is basically a sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals that's not cut, okay? It's a set of foam with double stick on both sides. And so what you wanna do is cut yourself a piece of this that is a little bit smaller or about the same size as the cardstock. And then you're just gonna peel the sticker sheet off of one side. So this is the adhesive now. And I'm going to pop that onto our cardstock here, okay? And then I would take my numbers, whatever they are, pop them on here, and run this through my die cut machine. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, like, there's no way that that machine is gonna cut through something that has that much dimension. But the good news is that it does, and it does really, really cleanly. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this out here. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this onto our card. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you here, I kind of got sidetracked, as one does, was the color choices for this. So I tried to decide between white and a color to match our card, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on because I think white is what we're gonna go with, but I wanna show you the difference. So. All right, so there's the white number. So you can see how great these are as a dimensional item. Can you guys see how they just really stand out? Super party there, okay? All right, now, like I said, we're gonna use our tassels, and I have those die cut for us here. This is the lemon lime twist. Why am I like, goodness gracious. Yeah, lemon lime twist. Forgot my card colors for a second. We're gonna pop these on here, and I like things kind of in multiples and in 3s, so these are gonna pop on like this. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add our strips down at the bottom. Let's go ahead and glue here. When you're gluing something this tiny, I really like using my multi-purpose liquid glue. You want to make sure though that the glue is right there at the surface of right at the end of the tip. And so you'll always see me tap my glue down like this to make sure that the glue is right down here at the tip of my glue here, because it should come out really easily. You shouldn't have to work at it, okay? And then I store my glue sideways. I don't lay it up like this on end, because that means that the glue is falling to the wrong end of the card, basically. So, or wrong end of the tube, basically. So, all right. And then a trick for these little tassels, you can just really gently twist the cardstock fibers up a little bit. You can do them a little unevenly. Maybe we'll make our tassels kind of, you can see there, go a little bit unevenly, and then I'm going to pop these, and that gives them a little extra dimension too. They hang down, so we're going to do that. And then these guys, I wonder if we can do them both at the same time. So, all right. And then from the back here, we're going to add some more glue and pop these here onto our card. All right, we haven't glued inside yet, so we'll get to that here in a second. And don't worry, I know that my tassels are hanging off the edge, or my string is hanging off the edge of the card, but it'll be all right. So when you use multi-purpose liquid glue, oh, hey, Linda, good morning. You need to give it a second to dry. It grabs really strongly, but not instantly. So you just need to give it a little extra time. All right. So let's take a look here. I'm going to have our extra cardstock. So this is other pieces from our ocean friends. We're going to have these kind of come over here to the side. And I want this angle to be just a little more pronounced. So I'm going to cut that and have this kind of come across. And this one here. All right, so I'm kind of liking that. Now, one of my secrets is to arrange the papers the way I want them, and then pick them up, and then put the adhesive on the back side by just kind of pinching those pieces together. I don't want adhesive out here because I don't want to glue our window shut, but I'm going to put the pieces back down now, and so they're pretty close to where I wanted them, sort of in relationship to each other, so that makes them easier to place. All right, we'll give that a second to grab. And then when I cut layers like this, I always like to cut them from the back side so that I can get them nice and straight and flush with our, flush with our card front. Of course, if they're not dry yet, then that sort of complicates. Remember when you're gluing, this is a good reminder for me too, that if you're gluing onto an embossing folder piece like this, it's going to take a little extra to grab, because you're not actually contacting that whole piece behind there. You're only contacting on the top parts of the ridges, so that's where the glue will help you. All right, so let's add a greeting. I have my birthday celebration Make-A-Wish here, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go with pumpkin pie, so we can really sort of emphasize this. And I really wanted our greeting to stand out, so I'm going to show you two different ways that I tried this. We're going to do one here like this, and I'm just going to do a quick fussy cut. So remember, when you're fussy cutting, I'm leaving sort of an even-ish, it doesn't have to be super even, border around the edge. Keep your scissors in one place. They don't ever move. The only thing my scissor hand does is squeeze the scissors together so that they cut. My left hand, my free hand, does all of the turning of the cardstock, and that helps you just get a really even edge there. So now we can pop this on. Let's come back here. We're gonna add this here inside and go ahead and pop our banner down. And let's see. I'm gonna look through the hole in the front when I am putting our banner in, because I want that to be placed kind of where it's gonna show correctly top to bottom, so that that little triangle is gonna show at the bottom of our window. And then we wanna add the greeting inside our card. So we have Make-A-Wish for the front, and then we want happy birthday inside. So I'm gonna bring back my pumpkin pie, and birthday is going to fit down here, and happy is gonna go right above it. There we go. And then this piece, which I realize I have not glued down yet, is going to pop inside our card. All right, now I promised you 2 different ways to put the greeting on the front. So now that we've got our inside glued, let's take a look at that. We have some embellishments and some decorations that are still coming here. So hang on, because I have those fun things to show you too. But instead of doing the fussy cut, I thought, you know what, we have a circle here. It might be kind of cool to do a second circle. And so I have the Make-A-Wish, and I went ahead and I die cut it with one of the smaller circles from Stylish Shapes. And the other way we could do this is kind of here with our circle like this. I felt like this was a little overpowering. It was a little too big with the circle that's to fit our whole greeting in here. So I kind of prefer this one. So you can let me know in the comments if you think that works or if you would rather see the circle. I'm kind of a fan of this smaller version of the greeting that's not quite so strong. But you can see here why our white letters work really well. Now, I also have, and if you guys love these, I could glue them on over the other ones, but I also have these letters cut here in Lemon Lime Twist. Let's see. So let me pop these on, and you guys can see what you think. So I felt like the 21 got a little bit lost in all of this like green up here, and then it made this white be really like stark, right? Oh good, you guys like it for the fussy cut version. Hey Nikki, I'm glad you made it. Okay, so far all fussy cut, so we're fussy cut instead of our circle. What do you guys think about this? So here's the green version. I feel like it's a little, like the color's distracting. Here's the basic white version. And I like this because I like the way the white contrasts here with all of our color going on in the background, and it really stands out. So let's take a look at how we're going to embellish this, because this die set has a lot of other fun things. It has these little flowers, and of course we have these tassels. So, okay, this is definitely dry glue-wise, so I'm gonna clip off these ends of our tassels. There we go. Okay, now it's not gonna go anywhere. And on the inside of our card, it would be really fun to have a tassel here too, don't you think? So let's bring this tassel in. I'm gonna do the same trick with our differences on our levels here, and I'm gonna pop this on like that. All right, so now we have a decoration inside that helps to echo what's on the front of the card. Okay, good. The universal votes for white numbers, so that's good. And then I have these little flowers here. So we have these, and I did them die cut here in Flirty Flamingo to echo the back of our card here. So this layer here is Flirty Flamingo, and let's see. For Donna, the card layer on the inside I didn't give before. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So same as the layer that we embossed on the front, okay? All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and pop these. So I like the idea of putting kind of one here on our 21 to decorate that. So I'm just gonna put glue on one side of our flower, and then I'm gonna use those petals to pop on, because I want the hole to show through there. So now we have this little flower here, and then I kind of want to have one down here with our Make-A-Wish. But all right, I talk about this sometimes in our design, when I'm talking about design. I don't really want it here because these 2 flowers line up then, and there's just a little too much like matchy there. So instead I'm gonna put it down here a little bit below. And so I'm gonna pop here our glue on the back and pop this down below our wish word. So now it's in a different line here. It's not on the same vertical line as our flower. All right, now what else was included this month? In the curated supplies, the Sunny Day iridescent dots are the other thing that I had added to our sort of suite of project supplies. And so we're gonna go ahead and add some of these in, and I'm gonna put this a large dot kind of down here. I'm gonna put it right there. And then we have a couple of the pink dots. I'm gonna put one up here. Oh, I can't put it there because it's too like lined up with our, I'm gonna move this one over. Sometimes if you can get your fingernail way underneath, you can actually move the dots, okay? And then I'm gonna put our last one over here. So we have our little trio, and we still have kind of an odd number because we have our 2 flowers, but our three sunny days dots. All right, so there we have a really fancy, really fun 21st birthday card, right? Room for writing here, you could write here, you could write up on the inside, and if ever you need, you can always write on the back of a card. Now, one of the things you might find handy is your Stampin' Write markers. If you wanted to go ahead and write in pumpkin pie ink, you can use your Stampin' Write markers. Those are the round barrel ones that are included in the celebration demonstrator kit special that ends tomorrow. Today's 27th, tomorrow's the 28th. This is like, I don't know, it's like the last days of the Christmas season or something like that in Stampin' Up! World. So don't miss your chance to get any of the last minute celebration items that you want to get. So there are a lot of really fun supplies in our projects today that will give you some ways to earn some of those things for free, right? Okay, so let me show you all 4 of the projects that are included then in that PDF tutorial. So we have our fancy birthday card with our window steps, and then we have our gift card holder. So this is the one here with the little pocket for the gift card down there at the bottom. Or not, no one's gonna know that pocket's there if you choose to send this without a gift card. So this fun fold flap card here. We also did our little gift bag. So there are a big and a small version of this. And we talked about using the embossing folder on your bags and how to fold to make that work, okay? And then we have our reverse panel fold card here. And this one was the one where we talked about the 2-step stamping and using your blending brushes to add that ombre effect to our blending brush. So, or to our crab friends. So this is a really fun card too. Same folder here on the background that we used on our bag and on our birthday card today. And you can see that it's definitely lends itself to being very fun party-ish here with our birthday card, but it is also very thematic if you're using sort of the under the sea kinds of elements here. Now, if your order, if you place any size order in my online store during the month of February, you get the PDF tutorial with all 4 of these projects, step-by-step directions, cutting sizes, supply lists, photos, all the things. It's usually like it's usually between 10 and 12 pages. And then if your order is at least $50, you're gonna get 2 projects in the mail as kits. And that's gonna be this kit, or this project, and this project. So when I say kit, I mean it's gonna include all of the cardstock, all of the pieces die cut or punched. In the case of this one, has some punched elements. It's going to include your bag for this and your ribbon and everything, all like ready to go embellishments, little pieces. So the cards kits are a really, really great thing. So remember, your order has to be at least $50 before shipping and tax during the month to get card kits to go. Also, during this month, I have an extra bonus because I have another set of tutorials. It's another 10 cards featuring the same suite. And so you're going to have, that's like 14 actually ideas for this month. So lots and lots of ideas for different fun things to make there. All right. Yeah, today and tomorrow are the last day to earn that. If you are not placing an order, demonstrators and my team get that PDF as a freebie for being part of my team. And then you can also purchase it, after the month. It'll be in my Etsy shop, which has a link in the video description. Now, the thing that you don't get in your card kits to go, or that you would want to make sure you have if you're remaking these cards from the PDF yourself, is the stamps and the inks. And so those things, you can use the link in the video description here to shop for those things in my online store, and I appreciate your support. So let's see, I'm trying to think what else I need to tell you as we're getting to the end of the month. Oh, did you guys want to see the other card version of this one? So you might have already figured it out already if you've been watching Maker Mornings with Meg, but this was the other version of this same card layout. So this is definitely a stepped up version here. This is a little bit simpler, but sort of you can see the same idea of the window here and then the elements there on the inside. So on this one, we didn't add that extra cardstock layer. I just went ahead and embossed the front of our card directly. This one, we added that extra cutting layer, so you had that extra little trick there for making the most of those. So yay, oh Margie, I'm glad you made it. Late to the party is good. Replays are also helpful. So all right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining me on our Maker Midday with Meg. And I will be back next week with a project on Tuesday at our normal time, 9:30 a.m. Central Time, 10:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 Mountain Time, 7:30 Pacific Time. So you'll want to grab your coffee or whatever, and we'll catch you on there. So so glad to see you guys over lunch today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you again next week. As always, let me know if you have any questions, and I'm happy to help you guys. So happy stamping, everyone.